Hey everyone. I am doing an impromptu live because I have got the most exciting things to share with you. So, hello. Just move that booty because I've got so much epicness and excitement. This is an impromptu live class all about materializing your manifestations and why this is the core of mediumship. So, welcome. If you are here or if you're on replay, let me know, where are you coming in from? What is the time of the day? We are connecting with people from all around the world. And I personally love it because I'm sitting there like thinking about doing a live event in the US because 80% of my clients come from the USA. So, or like Canada and like Texas, Australia. We've got people from all around the world. So please come and say hello. We've got people from Switzerland. I had two clients the other day, Norway and Switzerland, I believe. I should know that. And in Magnificent Mediumship, I put everyone into rooms, right? And they do readings, and I go in and I'm kind of like a fly on the wall, just watching and observing their readings. I can do some mentoring with them. And they were speaking in their language. And I literally had tears in my eyes because I was like, this here is how I've materialized the manifestations of being a coach globally, worldwide, for the whole freaking world. So how cool is that? That I had no idea what they're saying. But anyway, it was a real moment of materialization of, phew, I don't even know what my clients are saying. They're from different countries and we're talking to each other. So, hello, welcome. If you were here, come and say hello. Replay, hashtag replay. Today, we're going to go deep into materializing your manifestations and how this is the core of mediumship. This dropped in today. And I was like, wow, like, how can I share this with you guys? Now, the truth is, right here to my left is the ocean. And I always had a dream to be standing, coaching, sharing worldwide from a space where I could stand, la, 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 dance, play, do a bit of yoga, and have a deck right there, which I can't show you because I've got a camera, a fancy camera hooked up, and it is materialized. So I'm going to break this down for you today. Why do you have the reality that you have? And what have you been trying to materialize that you feel like is not materializing? So there is actually some keys I want to share with you today. This is a taster of what's going on in my spiritual membership because we're going to go deeper into this in those spaces over there. If you do want to work with me, you can go check out my link tree or my website, awakenwithvictoriabond.com, because there's so much juiciness and deep dives. And I want to give you a bit of a taster of what that is today. So let's see who is here. Okay, we've got Tash and Amy. Hey, Amy, I just WhatsApped you, my love. We've got Tone, Deborah, Leah McNamara, Deborah, Tanya, Stacy, Jennifer, Libby. Oh my goodness, so good to see you. Elizabeth, hello. And of course, the other Stacy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Those who know me and have known me for more than 3 years, put your hands up. Let me know. And you are the evidence, right? You are the evidence, and you know what it is that I've been materializing because I've been very, very vocal about that. Now, I'm not special and I don't have more hours in the day than you do. And yes, it's true, I'm a projector, but that doesn't mean shit. We all have superpowers. We all have literally 12 hours in a day. We all are very, very similar when it comes to the physicality, when it comes to the spirit, and when it comes to the soul, and when it comes to materializing what it is that you want to manifest. So I'm going to share some examples today, but I also want to tell you the specific things that I personally do and what I take my clients through that helps them materialize faster. So quantum leaping, collapsing the timelines, compounding what it is that you're wanting, not waiting for 5 lives before you actually have wealth and actually have a healthy life or have the love of your life. Whatever it is that you want to materialize, that you're manifesting, you can do that. And you can do that fairly quickly. But there's a couple of things that I want to share with you about when you're trying to do it too quickly, when you're trying to micromanage the universe. It never works, by the way. Never ever works. So, who's ready to materialize what it is they want to manifest? Give me a star, an emoji down below, or a 111, whatever you feel called to. 111, a star, or an emoji. Oh, I just gave you 3 options. I hope you're not confused. Who's ready? Even if you're on replay, pop it in the chat box, because when you're engaging, when you are being seen, when you're saying, hi, I'm here, right? When you are in this engagement, when you're in this loop, you are materializing what it is that you want to bring into the world. You really, truly are. And I really got to start off with saying to you guys, I may trigger you. Like, I may trigger. I do trigger people. People will leave and then they'll come back. And I'm like, hey, you can go and you can come back anytime. I'm here for you. I may just kind of get under your skin, or maybe you're like, oh my God, this Victoria bot is fucking fascinating. I am so human. I am so human. And if you have been with me for a few years, let me know. How did you find me? How did you meet me? Maybe you're my friend. Maybe we lived in the same town. Maybe we met at an event. I don't know. Maybe we went to the same Reiki class. I don't know. How did you meet me? And you, again, it's evidence. I'm so human. I'm always evolving and growing and changing, and I'm no better than anyone. So if you've got me on a pedestal thinking I'm going to solve all your problems, like, what's going on in my pocket here? Take me down. I'm so human. If I'm getting under your skin, maybe do what my client Danielle, who's now my one-to-one client, did, and go right before you push delete and unfollow and I'm going to go into something else. Maybe say, what is this trigger? Why is she getting under my skin? I'm not like this all the time, right? I'm a mom, like I'm a friend, I am a wife, I'm a sister, I am so many things. I'm not high like this walking down the street, right? I'm actually kind of a quiet person. There's many different parts of me. But of course, I'm going to be an amplified version of me when I'm showing up for you to teach you, because it's called the entertainment as well as, of course, education. All right. So I want to keep you engaged, which is a huge part of what we do. You created everything that's in your reality right now. Your love life, your finances, your health. Everything in your reality, you created. Everything. And, I really love Joe Dispenza, Eckhart Tolle, Michaela Sheldon. There's just so many people that I adore and love. And, they all speak about, Bashar. Oh my gosh, who loves Bashar? Who are your mentors that you have, like, that may not know you, but you follow them, right? Who are these people that you find are your deepest mentors? Let me know. Let's share in the group so we can all share our mentors. Really into Bashar right now. Oh my gosh, just amazing. So your reality happens because of the thoughts that you have. So when you're really wanting and needing and maybe I can't, there's not enough time, you're purely in a victim consciousness. And that is stemmed and seeded from the past. Who has done that? Who is like, I just need to get that 10K. I just need to get that man, right? One of my friends is like, I just need a dude in my life. And then she's like, fuck, maybe I don't need a dude. And I'm like, yeah, maybe we need to, has an interrupt to stop you from where you had, like, literally that plant, that tree has grown from that seed that came from back in the past. I'm going to talk to you about the past today and how you must go into the past to propel into the future. You have to. dreams. I've got to get a new wish list. As Joe Dispenza says, focus on what it is, the feeling of what it is that you want. And for the non-specifics here in human design, the feeling that is going to get you that, right? Everything you have right now is what you've created. Now, when you look around, do you see all the shit that you don't have? What do you see when you look around? Or do you look around and go, holy shit, I'm so grateful for my view and my camera and like my mic, so I sound better? And hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, please. Let me have a look at this chat box. Oh, we got Katy Perry in the house. Hey, Kylie. What? Kylie's known me for like, Amy. Swan. Yes. Eckhart Tolle and Bashar. Amy. Yeah. So everything you have is because you wanted it, whether it's the shitty stuff or the good stuff, because you are a master manifester. Why is mediumship connected to this? Because the more responsibility, and I want to say like radical responsibility of the highest vibration, not like, yeah, I know my marriage didn't work because I know I was a shitty parent, or I know I let that happen. I'll just go and cry about it. I know it's my fault. That's victim consciousness. That's wounded feminine. Like, let's get the fuck out of that, right? It's more about, oh my God, yeah, I did create this tummy bug. Oh my God, I did upper limit myself there. Oh my gosh, I did create that fucking huge ass bill, you know? So what have my thoughts been? Maybe I could change this around. Where do I have points of views that bills come in, or I get sick, or whatever, right? Whatever it is that you've created it. No, you haven't intentionally gone, I'm going to go create some illness, you know? On the other hand, it's like when you get like we just got like a 10K drop in from selling our house. And my husband's now looking at boats. I'm like, oh, we'll have a boat by the end of the freaking year. I tell you that, right? I manifest so goddamn quick, so fast, because I know that if I can create crap equally, which I created a lot of my life, by the way, because of the seeds that have been planted earlier in life, then I can also create magic. So much magic. Now, the mediumship and the psychic abilities comes in because when you're in a flow, when you're in the momentum of materializing your dreams, materializing what it is that you want to manifest, what happens is the signs and the synchronicities pop, 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 pop. Your gut is like up and down. You feel expansive and like you're so heightened in what's actually happening around you, right? That you can see out the side. You can feel the spirits and the guides and the angels. You're so goddamn psychic that you just have these drop-ins, these channels. Do you guys know what I mean? Let me know if this happens for you. Does this happen for you? Think about it, right? So I'm moving to a house and I've got to like drop off line for 3 days. I'm like, oh dear Lord, because all I want to do is serve around the world. And it's like literally my passion and my drive. And I live for this, right? I live for it. I'm not doing this for a means to an end. I'm doing this forever. If hopefully technology and all the things, like I'm just always going to find a way to serve, right? I just love it. So all of a sudden I'm like doing this podcast yesterday, walking around pretty much in my PJs. I'm doing a podcast episode, meditating. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to drop in and talk about what would I do if I had 1 week to live? It ended on 222242. 22, so 22 minutes and 22 seconds and then 4 and then 2. And then I'm literally in my kitchen and then a car goes past with 777 on the number plate. And I was like, oh shit, don't see that often. And then like someone messaged me and it was 111 all day. I barely left the house. Actually, I don't know if I left the house yesterday. I didn't leave the house yesterday. So I'm on a hill, pretty much no neighbors, and boom, 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 boom. A guide comes in, an angel comes in. My voice, my higher self is going, Victoria, go meditate now. Everything can wait. Victoria, go lie down now. Victoria, I'm being guided by my higher self because I am spirit. I'd love to see that in the chat box. I am spirit. People go, what has manifestation got to do with angel? No. Thought that was my daughter bringing me some water. What does manifestation have to do with being a medium? King everything. Long gone are the broke light workers and the broke mediums, because we are holistic. It's everything. It's the body, the embodiment. It's the sacred sexuality. It is the positive mindsets. It's the meditation. It's the breath work. It's the psychicness. It's the oracle cards. It's the smudging. It's the entity clearing. It's the energy clearing. It's the consciousness. It's the Reiki. It's the conversations. It's the communication. It's all one. And apparently, someone wants to come and talk. Okay. I am spirit. I am spirit. I am spirit. Yeah. Thank you, Kay. Yes, I moved into my new home. It ain't the biggest studio, but I got a view. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I've got like some notes here. So here's the thing. What do you want to manifest? Let's go. I want you to speak it out, and I want you to 10x this shit. Okay. So if you want $1 million, I want you to have 10. Okay. I want you to say 10. 10x, what is it that you want to materialize right now? What are you manifesting to materialize right now? And then we need to talk about collapsing this down. I want to hear from you. Okay. Oh my God. I'll just stand here while you're writing it out. You know what? Let's take that as a sign. Excuse my bedroom. We still haven't completely unpacked. Who else is here? Tell it to stop. I think it's just, we just want to breeze on through. Okay. So what are you materializing right now? Or should I say, what are you manifesting that you want to materialize? Pop it down. I can see Chelsea is here. Chelsea, I know what yours is. Write it down. It's amazing. Let's bring this out. Let's make this something that happens. Now, some people will start dropping off because they're like, oh, I don't have fucking time for this shit. But do you have time not to do this? Like, literally. Do you have time not to do this? Talking to our client yesterday, and she was, I want to give up this addiction. I want to lose weight. I want to be more present. I want to serve the world. I want to work on this. I want to work on this and this. And I said, guess what? You may be a manifest generator, but if you try to do everything at the same time, right? Get everything done when you were having a crumble a week ago, right? It's just like me moving house and then I'm trying to do everything in one day. It's not quantum leaping. That's creating chaos. And it's going to create something, but it's going to create it in a way that you're setting out to create it. And hustle isn't the way. Chaos isn't the way. It's like manifestation needs to be in this energy of like pussy power, of like juiciness, of expansion, of I am already enough as I am. How can I amplify? I've got a mastermind starting on the 1st of May. It's like business and spiritual, right? It's going to be so good. And it's called Amplify because it's about, we've got to amplify our voice. I'm not going to show up here in my pajamas just talking to you like this. It's like really boring, right? I'm going to amplify my voice and amplify my mission. And there's no emergency to do that. And the more I slow down into what it is I'm desiring and I feel it, I go into the vision of it. I sit in beautiful meditation and be an allowance of receiving it. Receiving it so it can materialize. The more I shift and the quicker I shift, I can go offline for 4 days and then have a 50K week. How does that happen? Because I'm in it. I'm being it. There's no more hustle. There's no more, I'm going to be thinking about it. This, I call it a mind knot, right? I've got a whole masterclass on these different archetypes, and mind knot is one of them. And people come to me in MM and they're all in all my programs and they're all like all tied up. And I'm like, holy shit. Oh, your head is hurting my head. I've got an open head. I can see your head and you're thinking too much. Coming into your heart and feeling it. What are you materializing? What are you manifesting? Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see what you're materializing. Okay. Oh, hey, Christina. 50 pounds weight loss. Why? Why do I want to lose the 50 pounds? Right? Why? Why? You've got to come to the why of what it is that you want to materialize, because your why is the key factor. And what I said to my client was, got 10 million different things you want to do. And I'm a predictor, so I can see how to undo this knot. Write a list, and what is the top of the list, and why is that important? Why was it important for me to get a house on a hill, to have a beach view? I don't have the flashiest house in town, of course. It's not about that. It's not about status for me. It's about, I can be the best human possible when I am close to water, because I'm a fucking mermaid, if you haven't noticed, right? So how can I serve the world? By being in a stillness and a quietness, by being in a meditative state, by downloading. My spirit desires me to be closer to the water. My why is to serve the world. That's why I got the house on the hill, right? Which I manifested. I've got a story about that. Okay, so let's have a look. Why do you want to lose 50 pounds? Creating consistent income in our business so that I can jump out of my 9 to 5 and have freedom and flexibility. And how would that feel if you were able to do that? Is there anything in there that makes you go, oh, what is stopping you from doing that now? What do you require for that to happen? How much money do you need to roll in? Who do you need to serve? Where is this coming from? Passion, right? So you've got to go deeper into the seeds. And I'm going to talk to you about how to literally withdraw the old seeds and throw them away very shortly as well. Becoming a medium healer so I can serve. Also a beautiful house on a acreage by the lake. Yes. Being a medium. Oh, have you done mediumship? Have you done magnificent mediumship, Chelsea? It's coming up this year. That's amazing. So, yeah. Why do you want to be so you can serve? Why do you want to serve? What's the core passion, the core flame of serving? Why do you want to serve, right? There's something underneath that. So what is that? We've got to go deeper into why we need to materialize it, and why me, why now, right? What are you materializing? Why you, and why now? Let's go, right? Like, write that down. I hate. Why is to bring my gift to be in service to the world, love, peace, and impact. Why? Why do you want to bring your gift to the world? Why? What is your gift? Why you? And why now? What? Why? And then why again? What is your gift? Why now and why you? Oh my God, so juicy. Okay, my definitely not a commune resort collective providing space and I'm just trying to read this properly. Yes. Being financially secure and positioned where I can hire and help those who need it. Why? What is the deepness? What is a soul fire? It's hard to put into words, right? Because words are so slow, but why do I desire to serve? What brings me to my knees? Everyone's whys aren't deep enough. Like when I was watching when we were in Magnificent Mediumship, we're doing again today. Yeah, it's like a 12-week program. And I was watching my beautiful European clients speak in their language. I had tears in my eyes and I was like, this is my why. Because I can empower people from all around the world to spread their magic to other people. But underneath that, my why always comes down to the consciousness of the planet. Not to fix it or save it. There's nothing to fix or save. It's perfect, right? But it's to raise the vibration in a perfect way. Working with the extraterrestrials, working with Christ consciousness, working with the Marys, the ascended masters, the goddesses. So much bigger than me, right? But I'm a part of that and I am big too. Too many people don't see the bigness of who they be. Or when they do, it turns into ego, right? Either high expression or low expression. I want to be seen and heard. Why do you want to be seen and heard? Why? I want to be seen and heard too, but it's not for me, right? It never is for us underneath it all, unless it's coming from a wounded child, which we're going to talk about very soon, because everything that you're creating is coming from your inner child, every single thing. It's easy to manifest. It's really fucking easy. And it's us that get in the way. You've manifested everything you've manifested. The good marriage or the bad marriage. The being overweight and unfit, or being healthy and literally energized. Having great fucking friendships or having needy codependent friendships. Having money in the bank, which isn't even real, by the way. It's not even real, but it's necessary. It's all numbers and digits, right? But what is that, right? It's our materializing of the human, of the body. One day someone said to me, Botox is poison. Spiritual people shouldn't have Botox. I'm like, the fuck? I've got a boob job. Like I've had Botox. I've had my lips done. Who are you to judge, right? No one should ever have opinion about somebody else's goddamn body. We get to materialize whatever it is. If that's, look at Amanda Francis. She is like a spiritual boss babe. I think that's what she calls herself. She's amazing. And like, I've bought her program. She's incredible. Her lips are like way different. What about Dakota, Melanie Griffin's daughter? Like look at the stars, how they look different to how they look now. You're allowed to change your appearance. You're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want to do. And we're not here to judge other people. And if we put ourselves into spiritual boxes or religious boxes or female boxes or men boxes or age group boxes, then we're just boxing ourselves in when we're infinite beings, right? Okay, so rant, let's keep going. What are you wanting to materialize? And you've got to 10x that shit, okay? So let me have a sip of because I got some really cool stories to tell you. Mediumship is everything. When people join Magnificent Mediumship, my signature program, when I downloaded it 4:44 a.m., like about, 4 years ago or something. Honestly, most of it isn't about reading. Sure, people read and they channel and they do light language. I'm here as an expander, a capacity expander, to expand the limitless possibilities that are available to you. And you only know this much. It's like a piece of sand in all of the beaches in the world. One piece of sand, that's all you're aware of. You are so powerful, but you only have the tiniest amount of awareness. And when we're spending a lot of it in negativity because of we're living in the past, rather than actually cleaning and healing and activating the past, we live in it and we think that's how our future is going to be. And that's just like totally not correct. That's like a human blip. It's like a glitch in the matrix. And society, meaning like the programming and the systems and the television and the everything we watch, the programs that we watch and the radios, it's like the fucking Truman Show. Have you guys ever watched a Truman Show? Let me know. Put a 222 if you watched a Truman Show. I love it. I bought it the other day. I was like, look, we have to buy it. It's $14.99 and I'm going to watch this 10 million times. It's totally worth it, right? So the Truman Show, everything was designed to keep him stuck on the set until he started waking up and noticing the signs and synchronicities and his mediumship, his psychic abilities, his intuition was like, sign, glitch, 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 glitch. That's what your mediumship abilities and your psychic abilities are, is waking the fuck up. And this is totally in line with personal development. It's totally in line with materializing what you're manifesting, but too many people are stuck in broke mode. And when they don't get the results of, and some of the results that we've had from people joining MM has been insane, and it stays rolling. It keeps rolling and expanding as long as people are aware, staying in their awareness, right? Is this making sense to you guys? I know it's making sense to me. Let me know below. How's it feeling for you? What is popping up for you? But basically what happens is people go, this isn't working. I'm going to go on to the next thing. And they become coach whores, program whores. I always have coaches. I always do programs. I love to grow, to see the value. And it's not about the transaction. It's not about, what are you going to give me, huh? It's about going in with curiosity. This whole world is about coming in with curiosity, coming in with this divine energy of what can I learn that I didn't know before. Every day when I sit there and I watch a bird, I'm like, hello, bird. Hello, grass. What can I smell? What can I taste? What can I eat? How am I feeling in my body? What do I require today? It's not about the transaction and what you can get. And that's why I say to people, take me down off the pedestal and don't blame me for your shit. Because the minute people ghost because I'm not getting the results, that's on them. No one can manifest your dreams apart from you, but they can sure as well help. Sure as hell. Sure as well help. They can help you. Sitting in the room with the high vibrational, high frequency beings is worth its weight in gold alone. And when you're curious and when you're in an observation, things become real. They're not real until you're present. Everything's just noise. Everything's just moving. So, I'm done playing the victim. Haha, yes. Program whore. Yeah, I know. Seriously. Coach whores. Now, my coach has got like 3 coaches, right? I've got one main coach, but I also have like a PT. I have a lot of different people in my world, and it becomes this momentum of like creation, it's just phenomenal. Okay. You create your reality. This is a story. So one day, and I want to hear what you guys have manifested first. And then I'm going to tell you about these 3 epic stories, like, basically, small manifestation to mid to massive, okay? And that I'm aware of because everything else has been manifested, of course. But what is your biggest manifestation to date? Maybe drop your barriers, expand your heart. What is the first thing that comes to your mind? What did you manifest? What's the biggest manifestation? Pop it in the chat box. What is the biggest manifestation to date here that you're aware of? Pop it in the chat box. Let's go. I can't wait to read. And if you are on replay, pop it in too, because I'm going to come back and I love reading everything and hearting it all. So good. Okay. I definitely manifested my dog. Yes. My beautiful fiance. Okay. What have you manifested? Okay. Let me know what you've manifested. Here's the thing. People are taught not to celebrate or brag what is going on for them. When I had a 100K month, and I've done this a couple of times, I was like, I don't really want to tell anyone. Like, I was okay to tell online, hi guys, I made 100K, like in a month. Do you want to know how you? Because it was coming from this vibration of Victoria. I didn't tell my parents. I actually didn't tell my parents. My parents don't seem interested in what I do, so why tell them, right? Told my sister, and she laughed and said, you'd think if you just had 100K month, you'd buy yourself a proper dish brush because my dish brush was broken. There's this idea that when we make 10K months or 100K months or $1 million months or whatever, that we're rolling around in money, and we have servants. We never have to do our hair again. We get a blowout and someone comes and does our makeup. Like all of a sudden you're the Kardashians, right? It doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. And you don't change massively. But of course, money helps you to be able to have the space, like many of you healers are saying, right? I desire to leave my job, which is my old paradigm, so I can serve the fucking world. Why do you want to serve the world? You need to go deep into that. Why you and why now is so powerful. And this is what I learned from my coach, right? It's like, you've got to, that's why I have a coach. It's constantly saying, hey, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Money in the hands of big-hearted women. Oh, right? Okay. You can go back. If you're just jumping on, you can go back to the beginning once we've finished, because of course, this is I'm just going to record this actually here as well. Okay. So materializing your manifestations and why mediumship is the core of this. The more psychic you are, the more aware that you are, the more you materialize here on planet Earth. But it goes both ways. The more you manifest and materialize what you're manifesting, the more psychic you become. It goes both ways, right? It's not a linear process. Actually, there's nothing linear about it. But we have to know that we can't just be like, I want this and I want this and I want this and I want this in the future. You need to go, okay, there's these things that I want. And I am the master manifester because I've manifested all the great things and all the shit in my reality. So I'm going to take radical responsibility, not in a victim mind, but in a mind of what else is possible here? Curiosity, observation. Oh, if you see someone that has what you want, like the money, instead of going, yeah, nice for some, I don't have the time or the money or the intelligence or the beauty or whatever it is you're saying, right? Okay, just keep affirming that. How's that working for you, right? Instead of going, if they have it, then I can have it too. And that's exactly what I did before I started hitting 10K months. A coach randomly showed up on Facebook, my very first coach, my very first mindset coach. And I was watching her and I was like, oh my God, I've got to work with her. What the fuck is a coach? I didn't even know what a coach was. And I messaged her and we had a little bit of a backwards and forwards conversation. I was like, I don't even know why I'm talking to you. I ended up investing, I think like $1,500. Thought I was going to die. It was so expensive. I didn't have the money. Like I could barely afford to buy coffee. And what happened was I was like, if she can do 10K months and I can too. And I want to serve the world and I've got a passion and desire. I don't know about what. I didn't even know I was a medium. I just knew I was fascinated in spiritual stuff. And then within a year, I was having 10K months. Did that happen because she gave me the secret sauce for 10K months? No. It happened because I borrowed the belief that if she could do it, I could do it. And now she's a great friend of mine, right? And I worked with her for a couple of years. And she blew my fucking mind because she held that vibration and frequency of, I believe in you, Victoria. I see your highest potentials. I was like, are you kidding me? Little old mama over here who's just trying to get a little nap in from time to time, who's got, some hairdressing clients. I loved hairdressing. I had these ambitions to own a whole lot of salons so then I could finish work at 3 to be with my kids. I thought that was the only way. I didn't even dream that I could serve the world, serve the whole fucking world and keep going and growing and meditate and be in love with myself and my husband, my children, and my life. I didn't think it was fucking possible. I thought from what I'd seen growing up that if you could get a roof over your head and pay your bills and have a weekly income come in from a trade, then you were set. But something was missing. Something was really missing within my heart and my soul. I realized one day when I was watching the news and there's a family in Auckland in New Zealand, these families that were living off Coke and chips because they couldn't afford the fucking water and vegetables. And I was like this pregnant and I opened up my pantry and I put all my food into a box and I cried and I cried and I cried. I was pregnant with Christian, my boy, who was my biggest activator in life. And I was like, I can't deal with families going hungry. What the fuck is going on? Oh my God. And then felt absolutely defeated because I was like, if I give away this box of food and I carry it to Auckland, it's going to feed this family for 3 days, plenty of rice and plenty of stuff. Then what? I've got to go and find the money to fill up my pantry again. Like, this is hopeless. There's got to be more than this. Something really miraculous happened after I had my child, right? So basically I didn't send that box off. I gave it to my sister who was a single mom who said, hey, I'm a single mom. I need some fucking food. And I was like, well, here you go. Right? When my son, this is very important. This is where the stories come in. When my son was a little baby, I was deeply depressed. The hairdressing clients are knowing because I was like, it's right. I'm me when I'm working. Right? I'm like, fuck yes. This is good. Let me serve. If in doubt, serve. Right? And my husband was depressed. I told him I was depressed. I told him I just wanted to jump. I said to him, you're not listening to me. I'm a room and no one can hear me. And I'm dying. I'm dying. And and everyone's telling me I should be grateful for these 2 beautiful children. They're so beautiful. But what is with me? I need to go to the doctor, right? I wasn't sleeping. Hadn't fucking slept, living off coffee and wine and hot chips and lemonade. Give me some energy, right? And my husband said, well, I'm depressed too. So we both went to the doctor, and the doctor told me to go for a walk on the beach and to find someone to look after my kids so I could go and get my hair done. Well, this doctor obviously doesn't know me because I'm a hairdresser, and that's not going to fix me. I'm too far gone, right? I knew it. My husband went in and she said, oh, I'll get you some counseling sessions. You don't need that medication. She never did that either. So we had to do something really radical, and we had to make a life decision. I decided I was going to be more present. And one day, on a really beautiful day where I felt a little bit of, depressed guys where you're like, I can't actually see the goddamn light right now. Or there might be a tiny spark and you're like, it seems so far away. And I've got guilt and shame because I should be happy because I've got two beautiful children. Like, I can't tell anyone this because I've got food and a roof over my head and a weekly income. Have you ever felt that guilt and shame for wanting more or feeling low because there's people worse off than you? Someone even said to me, there's people way worse off than you, Victoria. Thanks. Just made me feel even more guilty. One day, me and my friends and our children, we all went to like a waterhole, right? And my husband and I, the first day we met, we jumped off in Parakawai, where we live now. It's like this bushwalk, and we jumped off this cliff and we held hands, and we've been together ever since, right? We were 16 and 17. And so there was nostalgia. We went to this random like waterhole, and my husband's like, oh my God, I'm going to go jump off the cliff. And I was like, got my baby, got my toddler with it, got their friends, got all these children, right? He's climbing up to the top, and I was like, oh, you better not fucking hurt yourself. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, he did. He hurt himself. He actually fractured his vertebrae. And I don't know how he swam to us, but he said my back. And I looked at him and I was so angry. He crawled up. My friend was a nurse. She's like, okay, I feel like you're good to go. And he basically sprinted to the car. I was like, help me, pick up the kids. Long story short, we ended up being in hospital. He ended up having like 4 nights in hospital. The first thing he did, which was alarm bells for me, he was sitting there in so much pain, and they had called an ambulance like at A&E because they were like, holy fuck, like you have literally broken yourself. And he got out his laptop and he started working for somebody else, for a company. He was like at the top of the company because he was the hardest worker, so everyone puts him to the fucking top, right? And I was so angry, and I said to him, how dare you break your back just so you can stop? Because I was into the manifestation. I was starting to get really aware of, fuck, I'm creating all of this, right? I'm creating my own misery. Fighting with my husband because he can't hear me and I can't see him. Didn't know about human design then. I said, how dare you? And I had tears in my eyes and said, they said if it was any lower or any higher, he would have been in a wheelchair. How the hell were we going to survive then? We were just scraping by. And had all the guilt and shame and all the luggage from our own parents going through their own shit, right? Because we grew up together. Like we had a trauma bond when we got together. And he looked at me, he's like, I know. And I said, I'm doing it. I'm going to make this better. I'm going to serve the world, and I'm going to do it. I'm not waiting any longer. He said, okay. 8 years later. 8 years later, it's like night and day. My husband broke his back because he had to stop. Some of us get depressed. Some of us crumble. Some of us burn down our whole realities. We have breakups. We leave jobs. We have shit that happens. It's all signs from the universe, from God, from the angels, from your guardian angel. When was the last time you spoke to your guardian angel? Listen to the guidance that you're getting. I was told by many mediums that the angels caught Luke in the water because if he hit that rock any harder, I would not have a husband. And I thank God every day. And I swore that day, I will listen and I will be a voice for the world, however that's meant to be. I will do your work. Don't take my husband from me because I need him. We have wake-up calls. I've got a masterclass called the Wake-Up Call. We've got masterclasses for everything. Free stuff everywhere. When have you had a smack in the face or a punch in the face? Or, when you're walking along and you, wow, and you trip over and oh, thank you, universe. Oh, yeah, I wasn't being very present, was I? I was in my fucking head. How are you materializing your life? Now, my husband could be a victim and complain about back pain, but he doesn't. He said, I'm going to heal myself. He doesn't complain. I don't complain. I go, something coming up here. Let me deal with it. Hey, how's this feeling for you? I feel so guilty right now. I'm feeling so guilty. Guilt and shame will keep you stuck. What about the future? What about what you want to manifest? We're all the same. I said this at the beginning. We're all the same. We've got the same amount of time in the day. We've got the same bits, most of us, right? If she can do it, I can do it. If he can do it, I can do it. And we get the mama guilt, right? I had so much mama guilt. I should just be happy because I birthed you. You're a miracle. But sometimes I don't like you, and sometimes I wish I had a babysitter. And actually, fuck. This parenting thing, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. That was me anyway, right? So that story seems sad. It's the best thing that ever happened. The best thing that happened as well was me and Luke broke up when I was like 23. Wedding off, it's off. I'm a 3-5 projector at the time, and I'm a Gemini rising. So I didn't know it at the time. But I'm not here to settle, right? Like someone said, you're going to be married to this person and be in this house the rest of your life. I'm like, I think I'm dying. Like, don't cage me. Don't cage me ever. I've got a story about that too, right? I'm trying to get through these next few stories. But first of all, how are you feeling? And a part of what I want to let you know is, I've had the 100K months. I'm a multiple 6-figure coach. I've been doing this for a few years now consistently. I've got my dream fucking house on the hill, where I can see the ocean. I've got happy children, happy marriage. Chaos still happens, of course. Nothing is ever perfect. Nothing is meant to be because I'm here for the experience. But we've got to be an allowance of absolute shifts and uncertainty. It's a must. I'm never going, seriously, I'm not a person. I've got a sister who's super content wherever she goes. It's just the way she is. And I love her for that because she's a lot of stability for me. I'm not like that. If something starts getting comfortable, I'm like, hey, where's that edge again? Let's go. I don't want to be comfortable. Never presume to know me, and I'll never to presume to know you because I'm always changing. Never presume to know yourself because you're always changing. And this is how my marriage stays alive. I don't know who the fuck he is. And I make sure he doesn't know who I am. Why? Because we're forever growing together. And every day I say, I'm just choosing to be with you today. I'm curious about my children. I watch them. I'm curious. I don't know who they are, but I'm curious about just diving a little bit deeper into their soul. How can I nurture them? How can I love them? I never presume to know anybody. People think that this is the Victoria Bonham. They see me in the supermarket and I'm like, hi, how's it going? Got food on my face. My hair's crazy to the side, Whoops, my top's on backwards. Hi. Had a lady stop in and she's like, hey, Victoria, which is my best friend's auntie. And I'm like, and I'm in the middle of moving and I was like, it's so nice to see. Oh my God. Like, I'm all things. And the minute someone, I did this when I was younger, the minute someone presumed to know who I am, will start saying, you're starting to change or you're doing this. I was like, see you later, man. Because if I don't know me, there's no way in hell you know me, right? Okay. So I was attacked at work after wondering, is this job for me? Whoa, that's huge. The cowboy boots. Okay. So one day, I told the story recently, so I'll keep it really short, but this is how you teach your children how to manifest, right? A lot of us, when we've been brought up broke or in poverty, we are like, money doesn't grow on trees, money is the root of evil, money doesn't matter, people that are rich are heartless. What is some of the money mentality that you have, like, heard? Pop it down below. What's the biggest thing when I say money? What is the biggest thing, like the mistaken belief that you were taught when you were younger? I'd love to see this. So we're shifting all these things, right? Subconsciously right now. And let me know, are you enjoying this? Is this helpful for you? I'd love to know because I've got so much more from where this came from. So, money mentality and telling our children we can't afford shit. I don't want you to go into guilt and shame about this. Please don't, because you don't know any different, or you didn't know any different until now, if this is you. Driving along with my little girl, and I've been doing consciousness classes, so I knew I'm a consciousness teacher, so I know that we can't say you can't have that because I don't have the money, because you're plugging all these seeds in like I was seeded personally myself, right? I knew from a very early age not to ask for shit because there was going to be a no, and I felt guilt and shame for asking, right? So I got a job at 12 years old and I worked ever since, right? And prided myself on being able to buy my own school bags and stuff like that. So we're driving along and we go into Fonterra. It's like this farming place, and there's these cowboy boots, and they are the cutest cowboy boots. They're $170 fucking dollars. I have never spent more than $100 on shoes for myself, right? My own cowboy boots. So anyway, so legit cowboy boots from a farm shop. I love anything cowboy or country. Like I should have been brought up in like Texas or Montana or wherever my client Chelsea is from, where they have Yellowstone. And I've always loved my cowboy hats and my anyway. So my daughter, it's $170 pair of boots. She's 5 years old. She's like, Mommy, 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 I really want these boots, please. And I was like, oh my God, they look so good on you. I don't have $170. Fuck. And there's no way in hell I'm spending $170 on a 5-year-old who grows like a weed, and her feet are the size of mine now that she's 11. Like, no, 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 no. She's going to grow out of them in 2 seconds. So I didn't say that. I'm just smiling going, oh, fuck. I'm curious and I'm observing my money mentality and how I can't afford, or I won't. I didn't have the money, basically. So we're driving along and I tried on the boots myself and I thought, so good. They're like $300 or $400. You're right. You're right. Hop in the car driving home and my daughter goes, Mummy, I really want those boots. And I said, well, you know what to do, Adelaide. She's like, what? Get some money. Oh, how? Well, where do you get money from? I get money from you. Well, where am I going to get the money from? Right? So I'm in the question with her rather than defining it, making my daughter wrong for wanting something that is big and beautiful. And oh my gosh, like I spend like multiple 5 figures on coaching like every year for myself now, right? So we're going back like, I don't know, 6 years ago. And she's like, from you. And I said, well, how am I going to get it? And she's like, interesting. And I said, well, ask the angels. Dear angels, I really want those boots. Can you please help my mum get some money? And I was like, what else would it take for us to have the money to manifest the boots? Oh, what if mummy got some boots too? Let's see what we can play with here. This is money mentality work, right? This is materializing the manifestation. It happened within 3 days. We both got the boots, which was what, $400, $500, $600 worth of boots. So the lady who worked at this place, right? Actually, it wasn't. It was called Farmlands. That's where it was. She was a friend of mine. And she said, I can get you them for like discount for retail, right? Or not retail, for whatever price. And I was like, oh, she's like, I need to book my hair in. And I was like, well, can we just do like a swap? Can I do your hair, which is worth, $200? And can I get the boots? Absolutely. So we got the boots for what? Probably under half price or something ridiculous like that. And I did her hair. And she wanted some hair products. My daughter got her boots, and then my niece got her boots after that, and then my other niece got her boots after that, right? They went down the chain. I've still got my boots. I wear them every fucking winter because they're the best boots in the world. You teach your children how to materialize it. And then you go, when do I want these by? Well, I actually want them really soon. So how can I make that happen soon? How can I find the money for that coach or those boots or for that trip, the overseas trip, or the house or the boat or the new outfit? All those things that I materialize very quickly, or the hairdo or the makeup or the Botox, the oil, the chocolate, the coffee. What the fuck do you want? That's the small manifestation, materializing it, right? How does that feel for you? You're blind. Look at your brother. Blah, blah, blah. I'm 1 hour from West Yellowstone. Are you, Jessica? Oh my, I have to come to America. Like all my clients, most of them are in America. And I'm thinking of going and doing a live event and like just having a big dinner with all my clients from America. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so that's how we created the cowboy boots. And I'm like, the hats. So I don't know, 4 years ago, was launching and I was like in this manifestation of materializing because was happening, my signature program, which is, we're on the 11th round right now. So good, happening again this year. So if you want to do which is all about materializing your manifestations and mediumship, let me know. Okay. So I wanted a hat, but I've never bought things full price. And these hats are like $100 and something, right? From Brave, Brave. Oh my God, I can't remember. They're a New Zealand brand. They're amazing. I like to support locals. I've now 6 of these hats. I want a fucking hat. I want a fucking outfit, right? I want to help the world and I want to feel good, right? So I buy what I want to buy and I manifest that. And I don't sit there going, I want it. I can't have it. Maybe one day. I'm like, oh shit. I want a hat. How can I get a hat? What would it take for me to have the hat? I'm going to go look at the hat. I'm going to go try on my friend's hat. Oh, I like that jacket that my coach wears. Oh, I'm going to go try on some jackets. Oh, they just happen to be 75% off. Holy shit. Or I just happen to have got a payout. I'm going to go buy 3 hats. Is this hat going to make me money? Is this jacket going to make me money? Oh yeah, it's going to make me money. You know, my husband says to me, babe, he's like, can I buy this motor? It's $3,000. This was 7 years ago for his RX-7, his rotary car. And I went, is it going to make you money? And he goes, well, no, cars don't make money. And I went, no, but is it going to make you money? Is it going to make you happy? Is it going to make you expensive? And he goes, yeah, I know. Go buy the fucking motor. Go do it now. Right? It's a feeling. It's a vibration. When you're joining a program or a coach or you're buying something because you want a result, a tangible result, and you're watching how can I get the most, people will leave my membership and go, I'm just not getting to the digital portal, so I'm leaving. I'm like, well, you're in it for a transaction, not for the value of the transformation, right? There's a higher level frequency that we're about. It's like when I'm sitting in the room with the multimillionaires, I literally vibrate and I attune to that nervous system and I become that. When I hang out with the people that are literally homeless, right? And they've got a narrative about how the world owes them rather than them serving the world, you become that. You are who you hang out with. So what room do you want to be in, right? This is how we materialize what it is that we want to manifest. Okay. So another one that I materialized was last week. Okay. So I'm moving house. I'm so busy serving my communities. I've got one-to-ones. I've got I've got my membership. I've got like my mastermind. I've got all these amazing juicy places, as well as me being served by my coaches and all the things. And here I am going, oh shit, we're moving house. I've got to pack it. I've got to clean it. I've got to move it. Oh, got 3 days. Shit. I've got kids too, by the way. Gonna take them to school and extracurriculums, and they're kind of like needy, like, Mom, I'm hungry. And then all their friends come over and I'm like, oh my God, like I've got the same amount of time as everybody else in the world, right? So driving along with Luke, we had our morning coffee at the beach. I go, stop the car. I'm going to race into that cafe and get it. I got my bleed all while this is happening, right? Which is perfect divine timing in the middle of the eclipse. Like this is what's happening. This has just happened. And I stop and I go, stop the car. I need to go in and I need to go get a muffin. I need a muffin and a gluten-free muffin right now. So he literally turns in, and I go into a cafe that I never go into. Never. I stand there and I'm like, I get Luca pie, I get me the muffin. I'm like, yeah, this is what I need. This is what I need. And I see the lady and I go, oh, are those gel tips? And she's like, yeah. I go, oh my God, I've been going out of town to get my gel tips. Like, who does them, please? Because I live in a tiny town, right? So I'm like, who does the gel tips? And she tells me the name. And I was like, brilliant. And she said, yeah, she just messaged me because I'm a cleaner and she, has a job for me to do. And I went, you're a cleaner? She was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm looking for a cleaner. And she was like, oh, okay, that's nice. And I'm like, do you want some work? How much are you? And she was like, yeah, okay. I was like, can you put those phone numbers down there and give me that on the back of the receipt? Thank you very much. I'll be in touch. See you later. I jump into the car. I was like, Luke, I've been looking for a nail lady so I don't have to travel 2 hours to get my nails done. And I just found a fucking cleaner. And he's like, huh. Like, I mean, it's not that surprise because this is what our life is all about, right? Always manifesting and materializing. I haven't been anywhere for days, for weeks. I've just been in my house cleaning and in this house unpacking and serving online. I haven't been to the supermarket for like weeks, I feel like. And here is the cleaner. Here is the information for the nail lady. Of course, she comes in 2 days later, cleans my house for about 3 hours along with me. And I was like, thank God. Thank God for the cleaner. I didn't have time to go researching and finding a cleaner or even messaging people. It just happened to be right there, right now. Now, that is how you materialize manifestations of what you're calling in. But then you've got to sit in the energy of gratitude. I'm so grateful I found that cleaner. I'm so grateful I found a nail lady that I can message and drive 10 minutes instead of 2 hours. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Most people are bypassing the little things and materializing. Someone goes, hey, I'll buy you a coffee, or, you find $2 on the ground and somebody goes, oh, it's only $2, wish it was 50 or 20. When I find 10 cents, I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I find pennies. I find like 1 cent and 2 cents. I find all sorts of shit that's insane. They go, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's just like the 111, the 22222, the 777, right? It's the universe is guiding me. It's saying, you need a muffin. It's going to make you feel good. Plus, here's a cleaner and a nail lady. What else is possible now? The spirit will give you, yes, it's the little things. Untapped potentials that we all have, right? And like I said before, a tiny grain of sand and all the beaches in the world, that's the awareness that we have of our possibilities. Like there's just trillions and trillions and trillions of them. And I'm sitting there, I said to Luke, I'm just feeling a bit stuck. I'm feeling a bit stuck. I'm feeling like, oh my God, like I can't move. Like if I do something, like a post, it has to be a certain way, or a masterclass, or serve my clients. I feel like I have to be fucking perfect. And he said, interesting. I said, yeah, it is interesting, isn't it? He goes, where are you upper limiting? Where are you boxing yourself? And I was like, yeah, no shit. I am totally upper limiting myself because I'm about to have this gigantic breakthrough, right? How do I materialize what I'm manifesting, which is a great amount of wealth and health and impact in the world? And I went, oh my God. And I looked behind me and there was a man walking a bird cage. I shit you not. Right then and there, bang, 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 I download because I was in the curiosity and the observation of myself, taking radical responsibility that it's not happening to me, it's all happening for me, and I'm the one creating it. All of a sudden, I was like, it's called the Potential Masterclass. I've caged myself like a bird. So although you can open up the cage and most of the time the bird won't fly out because they know they have to stay in the cage, right? Because they may have tried to escape once or twice and they got put back in and the door was shut. There's no fucking point in trying to escape. I've done that. I've boxed myself into a cage and I have to show up a certain way. So right then and then I opened up the door. I stood out and I was like, what do I want to create? So we went home. We created the potential masterclass and it was so powerful. It was so powerful. Oh my gosh. That there is turning shit into gold. I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling like perfectionitis. I'm feeling my ego, right? To all of a sudden freedom. You can collapse timelines by coming into the question of, interesting, what am I observing here? Right? I've got so much to tell you. The dream house that we manifested, the house on the hill, the A-frame with the views everywhere from the bedrooms, with the 5 bedrooms so we can have an office each, with the like literally the beach and the walks along the coast. Like I can't even explain. Like I'm going to go deeper into this another time. I started manifesting this exact thing 5 years ago. But there were specific things that I did that helped me create it. I didn't go into the me one day. No, can't. How? Like I didn't go into that one day in another lifetime, like victim conscious. I went into it's all fucking happening. It's all fucking happening. There's no emergency. It's all happening. It's all happening. There's no emergency. It's all happening. It's all happening. There's no emergency. It's all coming. It's coming. It's nearly here. It is here. I can feel it. It's landing. And I trust that the universe and my higher self and my unconscious mind knows more than what I know right. How do I quantum leap and materialize what I'm manifesting? How do I do that, dear Victoria? Dear God, dear universe, dear light beings, dear guides, show me how and I will do whatever it takes. Just like I did when Luke broke his back. I said, I'm doing it. Nothing's going to stop me. With you or without you, mate. Let's go. And the guidance I got was be present. Go bigger than what you think. Clean up the mess as it comes up. The chaos is the change. Don't go into drama. Right? When you have, I listened to this reel today, it's really, really cool, and it inspired me for this live. When you have a bow and arrow, right? You've got the stillness, just the bow and arrow that you're holding. How do you hold a bow and arrow? I don't even know. Like this, right? I don't even know. You've got a bow and arrow, right? And you've got the stillness where it's just 2 things, just the bow and the arrow. It's the present time. It's right now. What is materialized right now? But sometimes you've got to go back. You've got to get that bow, no, the arrow. You've got to get the arrow. You've got to pull back. And the further you pull back, right, which is going into the past, analogy for going into the past, the further you go back, the deeper you go, the more you stretch. Now listen up. This is the gold. This is the gold for materializing your manifestations. The further you pull back with that arrow and stretch, and let it go, the further it goes forward. Don't pull it back and get stuck in the past. That's called fuckery. That is called staying still. That is called creating your own blocks. And that is what most people do. They loop over here. It's because I was abused. It's because my mum and dad broke up when I was 2. It's because I was brought up in a broke mentality. It's because I was brought up in this country. It was because. Because. Can't. One day. What are the words coming out? Right? Come back. This is where facilitators, this is where practitioners, this is where the mindset coaches, this is when the high vibrational beings, this type of work, the free fucking masterclasses change your life. Because if you go back, there's something called the inner child. You're never really going back. Everything, everywhere you are, every thought you ever have is right now. So when I go back and I'm like, hey, 11-year-old Victoria, come on in. Oh, sister, I feel you. I know. You had all these siblings. You don't want to take mum's attention. I know. There was things the shame and the guilt and the empathy you did. I know. I know. What do you need now, little girl? What do you need now? You go and you heal those inner child parts of you, and you go so deep into that. Hey, baby girl. You go so deep into it. That's my 11-year-old, right? It's called the sign. The 11-year-old comes in when I'm talking about my 11-year-old self. And then all of a sudden you come back from the retreat or the deep dive or the inner child or the facilitation or the Reiki session, or the meditation, whatever it is. And your bank account is growing. Your relationship is changing. You choose to do a program and the money lands. You just go, fuck it. I'm giving up the wine, right? And I'm going to join a membership. I'm going to buy the book. I'm going to go on the trip. The biggest breakthroughs my clients have had is because I've gone, I'm with you. Now let's go back. How far do you want to stretch? It's the clients that won't do that and they won't go back, that stay still, right? But when you go back and you deal with what happened at 3 years old, at 6 years old, at 12 years old, and we might not know what happens, but as we grow and expand in our mediumship and our abilities and our awareness, and we start wanting more and we're asking for more and we're realizing that we're worthy just as we are because we were born and we can have it all, memories start popping up. But you can't have it all. Money doesn't grow on trees. Don't be selfish. Get out of the mirror. We're all conditioned, but we can decondition. And this is why we need each other right now. This is why we need you and your medicine to the world. This is why your spark, your abilities, your psychic abilities. This is why having money, which is our currency, our energetic currency to look after a human, is beautiful. You propel forward and you materialize like this. When I became a vibrational match for my bigger vision, which was happening 5 years ago, so some of you will know if you're in my membership, we do bigger vision meditations, right? In fact, there's $10,000 worth of content that you have access to. So there's bigger meditations and there's everything you need in my membership, right? And I was doing that, right? I was sitting in the energy of manifesting the house on the hill with the views, with the beach walk, because I'm a mermaid, with space. I don't like being around a lot of people. I don't like a lot of neighbors. I just like a lot of quiet and stillness when I'm not serving, because I'm in a meditative state a lot of the time as a channel. And one day, because there's a step-by-step process, and that's always happening while we are becoming the vibrational match for what we're choosing. And that happens because we keep stretching and keep stretching and keep stretching and keep stretching and bang, 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 bang. And you're growing that muscle and you keep going deeper and further, materializing more and more and more. It's just got to be in the right direction, right? Right fucking direction. And here we are. And my husband's a bit frustrated because there's a container behind our house and the guy's working the keys saying, I can't even do the noise. It's really hell annoying. And I'm getting frustrated because I'm hearing the boom box next door and, across the road, people are living their lives, right? And that's okay. It's totally okay. It's good. But I said, we need some time together as a family. It was crazy time. It was I don't know even what was happening, but it was really busy time. So my husband goes, fine, we're going for a picnic. I know where we're going. And I went, great, let's go. We hop in the car. We're all kind of tired and exhausted. It'd been crazy school holidays or something. I don't know. And we come to the top of the hill. That's where he wanted to come, so we could have a beautiful view of the ocean and all the things. And we sit down and we go to pull out our food. So we went to the supermarket and just bought all this fucking food, right? It wasn't anything fancy. We start pulling it out and then I went, holy shit, there's an open home. We weren't looking to buy a house. No, we had figured out that we weren't moving unless it was divine intervention. I just done up my studio. Maybe we'll move in a few years, whatever. We don't have time to create that type of fuckery, right? We are here. I'm here to serve the world, and that's all I give a shit about. Serving, right? And having ease. But here's this open home sign. And I went, holy shit, there's an open home sign. all the same time, me, my kids, and my husband stood up, put the food back in the box, barely talked, walked over to the car, put it in the car, walked straight into the house, which was only literally, I don't know, like 30 steps away. Walked into the house and went, hi, just saw the open home. Stood and looked around. My children ran away up the stairs. I'm like, okay, that's weird because they're very polite children. They don't just run around like mental people. Ran around and hopped on the beds and everything. It was very strange. And I looked at my husband and he's got this big smirk on his face. I'm like, oh no, you like it, don't you? And he goes, this is it. My daughter comes on and goes, Mum, this is our new house. And I went, are you guys for real? Because I'm kind of content where I'm at, right? But I'd still been visualizing the house on the hill with the beach walk. But I didn't want to get an extra mortgage because I don't want that stress. I want to work from joy and love and expansion, not need, right? I want it to be stable and comfortable, but, like, not like I've got to work. Like, I'm doing this because I want to do this, not because I have to work, right? It's a different energy. And I shit you not. I'm like, how many bedrooms? 5. Okay. There's views from everywhere. It's an A-frame like I want. I grew up in an A-frame. I love A-frame. I love 2-story houses. I love things that aren't too boxy. I just love uniqueness. And I was like, shit. Oh, there's no garage. It's a deal breaker. My husband goes, it doesn't matter. And I went, oh God, you really like it, don't you? That was like 6 weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago. We went home. Actually, we didn't go home. We had our picnic. And within 15 minutes, Luke rang up the real estate guy and said, we want it. But we don't want to get a big mortgage. We don't know. We just want basically a swap, right? If this is easy, we'll do it. If it's not, no. That's what we put out to the universe. We put in an offer. It got accepted. We got to keep half the furniture, which was perfect. The day we put our house on the market, we had a buyer within half an hour offering $50,000 more than what we put it on for. I think something like that. We ended up actually profiting so we could actually get enough money for a dishwasher because there's no dishwasher here and do the little tweaks and stuff we need. And we offered, it was accepted. They offered, it was accepted. We moved 3 days ago. It was that easy. Yeah, there's a bit of hustle and human doing all the things. We manifested the house on the hill 3 weeks before we manifested that. Like for 5 years, we've been manifesting the house on the hill by the beach, this exact beach, even though I live 6 hours away, this exact beach. Here's the miracle, right? We're walking on the beach and I said to Luke, he looks up and he sees this beautiful house on the hill right up by the estuary and it's like ages away. And it's like, I want to live at a house like that on the hill. And I was like, that's cool, babe, but it's too far to walk to the beach. And I go, why don't we compromise, right? This is how you play with materializing what you manifest. What about we get the house on the hill, but it's like a walk to the beach, right? How do we get a house on the hill that's got the 5 bedrooms that literally is a walk to the beach? And how do we do that without having to get a bigger mortgage and spend millions of dollars to do this? Because to me, security so I can serve is everything, right? I don't want to have to go get a job and work for money. Like I just want to serve from my heart. This house didn't even exist before we put that magic out there. The house on the hill, the A-frame with the 5 bedrooms, which is in walking distance to the beach, and also has got, I don't know if you guys have seen my photo shoot on the cliff. The cliff is a 2-minute walk from here. A 2-fucking-minute walk from here. That is how you materialize. How do I get the clients from all overseas? How do I find the money to buy the hats or to create free masterclasses or to serve people for free on YouTube all day, every day? How do I reach millions and millions of people? I have a spark within my heart. My why is bigger than me. My why and my desire to succeed is bigger than my fear. So yeah, people can leave and get triggered and go, oh my God, she's talking about money. I'm out of here, right? Like, that's when you need to lean in. Just like my beautiful client at the beginning, I said, she was like, who is this Victoria Bond chick just about to go delete, like get rid of, she was repelled. The fuck is she? And she went, hang on a minute, I'm triggered. Let me watch. She's doing MM for the second time and she's my one-to-one client. And this is what we're doing with her, pulling back the arrow and we're going into the past. Where is she seated from the past that is creating her now manifestation? And we pull back, and then we propel forward and we materialize what it is that we desire, right? The first time I signed up to one of my coaches, it was 10K pay in full. I was just about to get my boobs done because we had like, I don't know, something to do with money and changing houses. So I was like, I don't need my money before I want to get my boobs done. What the right? And there's a whole lot of shame and guilt and awareness about spending 15K on myself. And a coach was really attracted to this coach. I'd come to the end of a contract with my first coach and she said, I can't take you to your next levels because I'm not making the amount of money that you desire. So I was like, oh, here's this coach, Vanessa Halleck, right? And I was like, oh my God, this is goals to work with Vanessa Halleck, right? Holy shit, she's so cool. So I messaged her and go, I want to work with you one day. What do your prices look like so I can start materializing this, right? She's like, I think it was like 10K to work with her and I had 5 sessions or something like that. So I was like, okay, maybe one day because I'm just moving houses. I've got surgery. This is pre-op, like messaging her, right? I was in Auckland getting ready. And she goes, what would it take for you to find the 10K and pay in full now? Excuse? I like a challenge. Hey, Luke, I really want to work with this coach. What would it take for me to find 10K and pay in full now? Do you really need to work with this coach? Yes, I fucking do. I found the 10K. Don't even ask me how I materialize it. If you want something, it comes to you, but you've got to choose first. Choose first. Put that in the comment to materialize this, right? Choose first, or put a 222 in the comment. You've got to choose first. That wasn't the first time I paid her 10K. I paid her that like 3 times over. I messaged her yesterday and said, by the way, I'm in the house on the hill by the beach. Making the money, serving, and I've got the best fucking family in the world. I couldn't have done it without you because I borrowed belief again. I borrowed it from her because she could see my highest potentials and I could not. Here I am. Now I've got to choose the next thing. Yes, I messaged her and I said, thank you. And today I was on her story. She was like, oh my God, my client did this mess. She was with me for 2 years. I had a break from coaches for a year. I had little bits and pieces of coaches for specific things. But now I've just invested multiple 5 figures into a coach just to be in a mastermind. No access to her. Next year, it will be 6 figures for that coach because I want to sit in the room with the vibration and the frequency of those that are creating more value for the world. The hairy, audacious goals are huge. You get to materialize whatever the hell you want. Who's with me? Who's feeling this? This is an activation in itself. When people say, I can't afford to be in your membership, I can't afford to do MM, I can't afford to work with you in full, I say, okay. But what if you could? Would you choose it? What if you could bring the money in? What if it was just energy? What if you were meant to work with me or some coach? Maybe it's not me. Maybe you're meant to materialize a house. Make your why bigger than you. Make your desire larger than your fear. Show the fuck up to your life. And don't expect it to be a clusterfuck altogether like my beautiful client who's like, and I'm like, babe, I feel you. And as your coach, I'm going to say, expand back, write it down. What's the most important thing? Where are we distracting from living our life on purpose? Today I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to go do a random masterclass. It's been nearly an hour and a half. I've got 3 other big sessions today, massive sessions. I've got 2 in my spiritual membership. I've got a breathwork session at 5 o'clock tonight. And at 8 o'clock, I've got in my membership, like a live call, coaching call, right? So 2 calls today. These people are paying me $22 a week and I'm giving them thousands and thousands of dollars. Why am I doing that? Because my heart is so fucking expanded and I want to expand my reach around the world. So when people say they can't afford it, I'm like, okay, you can choose that. That's okay. But I look back to Victoria, who was challenged and said, okay, thank you for the challenge. I can do anything I want. I don't rely on a husband to go out and get a job to bring in money. I don't rely on anything. I've got me and I've always had me. Some people go, yeah, you're from money. Yeah, you're making this money. Yeah, like all these things, right? You've got this gift. You do too. If I can do this, anyone can do. Something you don't know about me is I didn't know how to use a computer before I started this business. In fact, some of you are probably laughing right now because you know that I'm shit at technology. I didn't even know how to upload my videos from Zoom to YouTube for 3 years. It's so simple. I got kicked off computers when I was like in year 6 because I was typing too slow. So the story was, it took like, oh my God, it was like painful. It was like freaking pulling out freaking needles, right? I failed school. I'm most probably dyslexic, most probably ADHD, most probably autistic. Fuck, seriously. I'm not going to let anything get in the way of materializing my dreams. Because the biggest thing is myself. Actually, everything is myself. Everything is you. So drop the guilt and the shame. Do the work. Pull back. Go do the meditations, right? There's plenty of them. If you can't afford a coach right now, doesn't matter. You have got the resources. Be in gratitude. Like one of the things I invest in every year is a gratitude journal. Because if you're not grateful for what you fucking got, you're not going to get any more. It's not when I get this or if I get this. It's now. Observation and curiosity. How do I get the cowboy boots and the cowgirl hat? My question last year was, how do I expand and have a full base of clients from the US? What do I have? How do I serve the world for my deepest why? This necklace here says, forgiveness equals brave. My client Joy Jackson gave it to me because it was made by someone who survived sex trafficking. My deepest why is to free the fucking world, to help you be free within yourself, to be empowered. Borrow the belief if you must. Borrow the belief that you are worthy. You've got the same time and money and resources. If you're watching this right now, I created my first 10K months by using a little kid's chair, you know, those little tiny chairs, and taping my cell phone, my shitty cell phone, because I never ever had fancy cell phones. I didn't give a shit about technology or Facebook or anything like that. And I taped it to the back of the chair. And I would, my kids were in daycare and it was in between hairdressing clients. I'd walk around my house and try to find the best lighting. And I'd plonk down the chair and I would start talking about releasing your blocks. I would start talking, one of my clients the other day said, can I have that program? Because she was a one-to-one. I was like, sure, here's Release Your Blocks, right? It's a $1,500 program. It's amazing. And I created my 10K months and I started doubling and tripling and quadrupling that because my heart is in the right fucking place. I care about you. I give a shit. I give a shit about my children. I give a shit about their future and their children's children. A victim wants to entertain themselves. A victor wants to educate themselves. So I'm here to educate myself and others to be empowered to know that there's a little shy girl in there. I know it. I was the shy girl hiding behind my mum's skirt. The first child of 5, right? So that means I came out of the world like, what the fuck is this? And then all of a sudden all these children started coming. So I took on a mum role. But also I was like, am I introvert? Am I extrovert? Who the fuck am I? You know, my mum had like 4 children or 3 children under me by the time I was 10. And they're the best thing that ever happened to me. I love my brothers and sisters. But I gotta go back and give that little girl some attention and some love and some talks about sex, some talks about pleasure, some talks about it's okay to be you, to be seen, to know that you're pretty, to know that you're vibrant, right? Got to decondition, and I have just scraped the surface, but I'm going to love you and leave you there because it's 10:30, and the show keeps going on. I've got so much more. How have you enjoyed this today? Freedom is the ultimate. I want and yes, like you call it beautiful. How do you feel? How do you feel? Are you ready for that next level of vibration and frequency? Who's sitting at the table? Would you rather go sit with Tony Robbins? What would you do? I said this yesterday in my business mastermind. If you had an option to go hang out with the homeless people, right? And I'm telling you right now, I don't have a judgment. I don't see a status. I never have. It's a part of my human design. I can hang out with the people smoking and drinking. That was me, the smoker and the drinker at the pub or at the wedding, right? I don't drink or smoke anymore because I've got this higher purpose of desire and I want to be clear and clean and all the things. So, like, I can hang out with homeless people, drinking and smoking. I can hang out with anyone. I can get along with fucking anyone, right? I am literally a humble person. Or I can hang out with people that are like super, super like wealthy and rich and da. I don't see a difference in those people. But what I know to be true is I am who I hang out with, right? And what that means is I surround myself with high vibrational beings that are very fucking positive, not like toxic positivity, but like optimistic about reality. Not like, oh my God, look at what's happening to this world. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, look what's happening to the world. I mean, come on, guys. Like, this isn't bad. This is planned. Let's fucking go, right? So, what would I do to sit at the table with Tony Robbins? Not because he's a celebrity. Would I get up at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock? What would I do if someone said, Victoria, you've got an opportunity to go and sit with Tony Robbins? Not even fucking talk to him. Just sit at the same table as him. How much would I pay for that? What would I do if someone gave it to me? I would do anything. I would travel. If someone said, here's a ticket to go have lunch with Tony Robbins, you got to pay for your tickets and accommodation. I'll be like, I'll do whatever it takes to sit at the table with that person because that person is making an impact in the world. What is about the people that are homeless? What is their mentality? How are they serving the world, right? Yes, they've all got stories. That's not my job to empath on them and feel sorry for them. I could have been homeless. You could have been homeless. You could have become the person who got addicted to the drugs. We've all seen intervention, right? We have equal opportunities. Tony Robbins was homeless once. He made his shit into gold. I would do anything to sit at the table with him, even if I didn't talk to him. Just to sit in his aura would be an honor because he's serving the world. That is what we pay for. That is the energetic exchange. But I'm not going to go hang out with the homeless people because eventually I'm going to, maybe I'll have a drink of that. Maybe I'll have a smoke of that. Maybe I'll just sit here and watch the people walking by and maybe someone will give me a couple of bucks. I'm not trying to discriminate here at all. I'm just saying we all have equal fucking opportunity. Tony Robbins was homeless once. Have you ever watched The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith? Will Smith is another opportunity. Wow, he fucked up. You know what? We put all these people on pedestals. I mean, like we are all human. Who do you want to be? What are you doing to be that human? I would still be here if 2 people were watching. We've had like 20 something people. And, this will probably go on my other platforms and maybe have thousands of people. Where am I going to be in 2 years? I'm going to be 10 times where I'm at now. But right now I'm here and I'm so grateful. So be grateful for what you've got now. Be in it. Do the work. The work is the breath work. That's what we do in my membership, right? For $22 a week, right, we have breath work. We do mediumship practicing. We have live Q&As. We activate. This is a snippet of what we do. How do you feel? I feel really activated. How do you feel? Let's have a look at these. Hi, Annie Glenn. Feeling excited. See you tonight. Yes. Oh, I love it. I've got so many of my members, my MM member, like so many people that jump on, and my clients, even for my free things. I fucking love it. Okay, guys, give me some love in the chat box. How do you feel? What are you going to work on? What has been your favorite frame? What is the thing? Okay, this is what you want to do. What is the thing that's popped? If this has been helpful and you don't want to say what's popped for you, if you're like, I don't want to, give me a 333 in the chat box if this has been helpful. Otherwise, I want to hear from you, because I'm going to sit there later on and look at all of these comments. Has this been helpful? What is the thing that's popped for you? Give me a 333 if this has been helpful. I love you. I adore you. I'm here to hopefully inspire you, maybe trigger you. If I do trigger, lean in. Those that kind of go MIA and jump out, that's totally okay. Sometimes they jump back in and go, I had a bit of the lots, to jump back in, right? I'm here for you for wherever you need to be. If you re-listen to this, you will get something different each time. I listen to my own stuff because I channel, right? So I'm channeling from my higher self. So as soon as I jump off this, I'll take off my hat, I'll take off my jacket, I'll go be a mum for a little bit, go chat to my husband, go pet my dog. I'll be a human being. But when I'm here with you, I'm being a channel because this is what I care about. This is my journey. This is my purpose. And I knew I'm a mother and I'm a wife and I'm a friend, but this is my purpose, to serve the world. And I'll do it as long as people are listening and actually getting some value out of it. Okay. It's about the value. So I'd love to know what value you got from this. I always love to hear from you. So if you DM me, if you want to DM me, how you feel about this stuff, just DM me. My team will always reply to you. And sometimes I jump into my inbox as well. If you want to join the membership, of course, you can go to my website, awakenwithvictoriabond.com, and go check that out. It's $22 USD a week. You can jump out at any time with a week's notice. It's an extremely powerful space. You want to join my business mastermind if you're ready for that next level. We've got a very special right now. Some of you already joined. I can't wait. And it's a rolling monthly process, which is very, very powerful. Or if you want to join MM, and of course, we've got Reborn, right? MM is always my signature. It happens twice a year usually. And Reborn is happening on the 13th of May. If you are ready to fucking rebirth and to go back, to get those seeds and to literally dismantle, to reprogram, to be rebirthed, to resurrect, to be reborn, hit me up, because we're playing with Isis, Mary Magdalene, higher self, and Christ consciousness. It's the second round of Reborn. We've got some powerful beings in there, and I would love to have you in there. So you can go check that all out on my website, awakenwithvictoriabond.com, or you can DM me, and we can have a chat. Sending you so much love. Thank you for being here today. I hope you've enjoyed this impromptu masterclass about manifesting, materializing and manifesting, and how mediumship is the core of that, because our awareness, we are spirit and the spirit is us. And at the same time, like, our awareness is fucking everything. That is how we grow and expand. Sending you so much love. This has been an hour and 40 minutes of joy and love and expansion. Namaste. May love, peace, and joy be with you always.